Welcome to my kitchen. Guess what? It's fucking Cookie Central here. I've got peanut butter and chocolate chip and double chocolate and oatmeal and coconut macaroni thingies. Not macaronis, but macaroons. Whatever. And, man, this place is a fucking wreck. Though it's definitely been worse. So, today, fuck the cookies. I am done making cookies for today. I'm making dinner for the family and shit. I ain't even gonna worry about that. I'm gonna show you guys how to make a really cool, simple, easy. You can give this as a Christmas present, or just give it to the fucking kids so they'll get the fuck out of your hair so you can make some goddamn more cookies. Right? Right. Alright. So, today, we're gonna make dough. I can't really call it what they call it, but we're gonna make that stuff. It's like molding dough out of like flour and shit. It's real easy. First, I make the big batch because, let's admit it, you know, these kids, they're gonna ruin it and throw it in the trash and murder it in the carpet and, oh god, it's such a mess. But anyways, so we need, why am I using this for this? That's dumb. We need 1 cup of salt. That's sodium chloride, NaCl, or as I used to like to call it, I actually still do, NaCl. Sodium chloride, NaCl, NaCl. NaCl. 1 cup of NaCl into the pot. There's a pot down here, by the way, just in case you were curious. So we got 1 cup of salt. We need 2 cups of water. I'm gonna add the water to the salt, it kind of helps it dissolve first. 2 cups of water into the salt. This is salty water. It'll taste like salt water, and I'm not gonna say it's very pleasant. Now, I like to add the water into the salt first because it kind of gives it a chance to dissolve a little bit before it actually starts to, you know, add the flour and all the other shit. Kind of helps it become a little smoother on the finished product side. Now, in case you're all wondering, I've got a book right here with the recipe in it, and that's what I'm looking off of somewhere. Cream of tartar. Want to know something interesting about cream of tartar? So I looked this up. What the fuck is cream of tartar, right? Guess what it is? You know what? They take wine, right? And then they ferment it, and then they put it in barrels and shit. There's this sediment that ends up like collecting on the bottom of the barrel. Guess what it is? It's cream of tartar. No idea who came up with this idea, but for some reason, somebody thought, cream of tartar, this stuff, we could put it in food, and it makes it elastic or some shit like that. Not kidding, that's kind of what it does. Right, so we need 4 teaspoons of cream of tartar. Now, once again, this kind of, they use this to make meringues and stuff like that too. But for the most part, really what it does is it makes it elastic. What? Why are you gonna kill me? I'm not a monster, but I'm making Play-Doh. Yeah. Now, so far you've got I'm starting the Play-Doh. So far you've got a soupy mix of salt, water, and cream of tartar. Okay, so we got a salty brine here, basically. I hear my kids screaming at each other in there.
Is that my cuckoo?
Yes, that is Gavin.
Can I save him?
Yes, you can go save him.
I can't get you.
I'm going to add food coloring at this stage because it kind of makes it a lot easier when you start doing everything else to have it already colored. Drop my spoon. It's green. Why is it green? Because I felt like a festive holiday color. Like green. Alright. All this time, I got the temperature on medium. It's going to warm up, cook a little. Oil.
Oil?
Oil. Yeah. Use cooking oil. This helps the elasticity thing as well. I don't really know the whole science of it. I have a friend named Josh who could probably explain the whole science of all this bullshit, but really, I just make it. And it works, so I'm happy.
I love it.
I know you love it. If you can't tell, I've got a cold. Had it for like 2 fucking weeks. Now.
And I got a cold too.
Yes, girlie. 1.
What one?
And 2. Oh.
No, Dad, make put it.
Cups of flour. Alright, now we're mixing. Here's the first stage.
What?
It's going to be all gooey and sticky and kind of like paper mache. But as it heats, it's going to start pulling away from the sides and it's going to kind of turn into, well, Play-Doh. Alright, now, very quickly, this is going to heat up and it's going to get really fucking stiff. I shouldn't swear in front of my children, should I? Shh. It's going to get really stiff. But you want to keep stirring this. Keep stirring it because it's cooking. And that's what's going to happen. Makes the dough of playing magic. I just broke my spoon. Holy shit, it broke my fucking spoon. It broke my spoon! Alright, switch to a metal spoon because evidently it's so firm that it broke my fucking wooden spoon. Yeah,
Daddy, we can fix it.
we can't fix it.
Yes, we can.
Damn spoon. Alright,
We can.
so there you go. It's a spoon. It's a wooden spoon. It cost me $2 for the set of 3. That's really hot. Now you want it to pull off, and it's gonna be.
We can fix it.
We're at the point where our dough is pretty much ready because it's almost impossible to stir. So we're gonna turn off the heat, and we're gonna get a plate. Yes, a plate. A plate. We're gonna take the dough, put it on the plate. Here we go. My fallen spoon. Alright, so here's your dough. It is nice and hot, right? But you should get hot. The consistency should be right about where you need it to be. I'm sure you know what it all feels like. The commercial shit and all that. I'm gonna form it into a nice little, you know, whatever. Kind of looks like a green pile of snot or something. Maybe something but slime or pooped out. So once again, we've got our really warm, it's like hot potato, right? We got our dough. We're gonna set it on this plate. We're gonna let it cool. Let it cool. Okay, you go tell Mom. You want to set it on the plate. You want to let it cool for about like half an hour or so because it's going to be hot for a while. And then once it's cool, you can segment it up and give it to the kids. Store it, put it in an airtight container, or just a big fucking freezer bag. That's what I usually do. And it's real easy to pick out of the carpet. It's a bitch to pick out of the carpet, actually. But that's what I'll probably do with half of this. Oh man, it's hot. I gotta stop touching it. But it's so like, it's like breasts. You just want to, fairly well spoon. When I was really young, my parents, they got into this health kick. And so they would go to this gym, and they had like a daycare thing in the gym. This woman used to make dough stuff just like this, and it was always blue for some reason. She always had like blue food coloring. It was always blue. But we could play with it, but she would only give us little chunks of it. And the one time there were like these other people who actually worked at the fitness club because the day nanny person wasn't able to go in that day, whatever. And they were like, oh yeah, have as much dough as you want. And they were like giving out like nuts. It was about the same time I started writing my very first book. It was called Varmint, and it was about a raccoon that, you know, went crazy and tried to kill this guy. And it was basically like, you know, this guy and this raccoon fighting throughout the entire thing. I think the entire thing was like 8 pages long. That was my first book. It was 8 pages long, called Varmint. I got better. Yeah, they're a little bit longer. Anyways, as you can see, I'm like covered in flour and shit because, once again, I made cookies all day. And now I'm going to make dinner, and I'm going to sit down and probably watch a stupid movie and work on editing stuff, and maybe later I'll watch porn. That's probably what I'll do. It's usually what I do. Hey, don't forget to check out my book, Better Than Eating Out, Pink Tacos Not Included, on Amazon.com. Also on Amazon, there's a whole bunch of other crap. Got a bunch of stuff on Kindle, and we're doing really good with all that kind of crap. So, buy a book. Buy a book for your friends. Buy a book for your mother. Well, maybe not your mother, unless she's, well, you know. Anyways. Yes. So anyways, don't forget to check me out on Amazon.com. You enjoy your food. You enjoy your cookies. You enjoy your playtime. And enjoy your fucking holiday season. Alright, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later.
I hate your fucking missionaries and your pelting Santas too.